Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's that time. I'm going to do some college football reactions. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at all of our top 25 Week 10 outcomes, all the games. We're just going to react to what happened. Some teams won, lost. There were some upsets. There were some teams that overcame a lot of obstacles. The teams are starting to separate one another as we're getting closer to playoffs. The regular season, only a couple weeks left over. You got to stake your claim right now. We're going to break down all these games. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop your comment below. Were you happy with what happened this weekend? Were you surprised? Was there a couple upsets that you picked? Drop it in the comment section. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out the pinned comment below. Click on the link, sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. So obviously everything kicked off with our Friday night game, October 31st. We had number 25, the Memphis Tigers, handling business versus the Rice Owls. Really no surprises there. Memphis, after beating USF, they continue to roll the offense with Lewis. He was banged up a couple weeks ago, threw for 225, ran for 87. Overall, Memphis might be the highest ranked group of 5 once the season ends, but it's pretty jumbled up there. You have North Texas, you have USF still. There's still a lot of games left over. Moving on to our Saturday game, Saturday, November 1st, we had Penn State going down to number 1, the defending champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes. They won this one convincingly 38-14. I think they were like 21.5 point favorites. The spread was somewhere around there. They did end up covering the spread. Buckeyes continue to roll. Sane continues to be efficient with the ball. 316 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. This guy's looking really good right now, getting more and more comfortable in that Heartline Ryan Day scheme. Jackson ran for 105. Tate, how about the catch by Jeremiah Smith-Ennis? One of the most talented, if not the deepest wide receiver core in the nation, and they still have the number 1 overall college football defense. This was a close game at halftime, but you know Penn State, they had nothing to lose here. They were going to bring their A game. Buckeyes separated themselves second half, shut out the Nittany Lions. Number 2 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. When's the last time they scored under like 30 or 40 points? They continue to do what they do. The Fighting Signettis here. 55-10 win versus a decent Maryland team. Obviously, Mendoza continues to roll. Hemby, Surratt. Talented team, top 5 offense, top 5 defense as well nationally. Then after that, number 5 Georgia Bulldogs inching out a close win versus the Florida Gators. This game was very close. DJ Lagway, the Gators had an opportunity in the fourth quarter. Didn't quite have enough. Georgia, what was this? Their 4th or 5th fourth quarter comeback this season. Yes, they continue to win. Stockton obviously playing a lot better than Carson Beck. They got the ground game going. Not enough though. Florida, not the best team. Ball had a good game on the ground. Wilson looked good, 121 yards receiving. They just didn't have the firepower. DJ Lagway, when they needed it, not accurate enough spinning the ball down the field. But Georgia, they won another one. 5th or 6th straight wins straight versus the Florida Gators the last couple seasons. But I want to see Georgia for once take control of these games early. They've had a lot of fourth quarter comeback wins. That's great. But just like the Hurricanes last year, at some point, that's going to bite you in the butt. You don't want to keep flirting with disaster because it's going to end up catching up with you. But so far, Georgia looking really good, 7-1 right now. After that, you had Ole Miss beating the Gamecocks 30-14. Ole Miss, they are 8-1. 3 games left. As long as they win 2 of their final 3, they're going to be in their first playoff series. Lenore Sellers here, 180 yards passing. Shamus didn't have the best game, but they didn't need it because the Ole Miss rushing game, they were looking good. 167 yards on the ground for Lacey. And that Ole Miss defense, back-to-back weekends, it stepped up, played some really good football. Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, one of the best offensive minds in all of college football, even with all of the off-the-field stuff going on. Now, he's basically been linked to every single job. College football, NFL, doesn't matter. They continue to roll, looking really deep, looking really good right now. This was supposed to be the season that they weren't necessarily good. That was supposed to be last year. This team, though, so far better. And we had this one on upset alert. Number 8, Georgia Tech going down to NC State. Kind of just like what I said with Georgia. Last couple games outside of last week, very close fourth quarter comeback games, flirting with disaster. It finally caught up with them. NC State 48-36. CJ Bailey, though, we said efficient quarterback, a lot of passing yards, a lot of passing touchdowns. How about Scott on the ground? 196 yards rushing. The Georgia Tech offense performed, Haynes King, but they're so King-centric. He's like 75% of this offense. At some point, the rest of the playmakers got to step up. NC State, they had way too many opportunities to score. They almost put up a 50-burger here. It's going to hurt Georgia Tech. It's their first loss. It's their first ACC loss. They're still the front runner for the ACC conference. Everything is still in front of them. Then we had Vandy losing this, a number 9 Vanderbilt going down to number 20, the Texas Longhorns. Texas won this one 34-21. The game actually wasn't close, but Vandy scored 21 fourth quarter points. Actually, almost came back and scored the win. Give Pavia some credit here. The Texas defense has really disappeared the last couple weeks, but obviously overall Texas, top 10, top 5 overall roster. Arch Manning playing a lot better right now. As the run game's gotten going for Texas, they've been playing better. This Vanderbilt team, yes, they were technically in the top 10. Their only ranked win was Missouri, who their one loss from getting booted out of the top 25. I thought they were getting a little too much hype, a little too much praise, but still a solid overall team. But to me, not a top 10 team. Texas beat them, so now we're going to hear all the Texas is back hype coming back. Arch Manning for the Heisman. Prepare for all that to fire back up. And then yet again, another November collapse. Number 10, Miami Hurricanes go down at Dallas SMU. SMU won this one 26-20. They're 6-3, coming off a loss at Wake Forest. Miami Carson Beck, awful performance here. 96 yards and penalty. We have to question Mario Cristobal's November performance. What is he? 9-3 his last 12 games at Miami in the month of November. That is pathetic. This team is undisciplined. They can't close games out. They don't have killer instincts. We keep hearing how tough they are, how hard-nosed they are. They're a line of scrimmage football team. Prove how tough you are. Be disciplined. Control second half of games. Control the month of November. Yet again, Miami might find themselves talented overall roster, but again on the outside looking in. Number 12, Notre Dame winning a close one versus Boston College, but yet another win. Their 6th straight win. Everything's in front of them. 4 games left. As long as they win out, they will be in the playoffs. Love, Pierce, they can run their way to victory this season. The defense, the last 4 to 5 weeks, looking like a 2024 defense. CJ Love, 299 yards passing. This is a talented team here. Boston College, they fought everything they could. Bill Bryant's team did put up a solid fight, but Notre Dame, they continue to roll. The better they do, that does also bolster Miami because Miami does have the head-to-head win there. Texas Tech, number 13, beating Kansas State 4-5. A lot of people had this game on upset alert. Texas Tech won it 43-20. They finally got Morton back. He was out the last 2 games. When he came back, the offense took off. This is a team, Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, dare we say, they are a line of scrimmage football team this season. Top 10 overall offense, top 5 rush defense, the number 1 transfer portal class. They have a very deep, talented running back room also. Great wide receiver core. Morton, the veteran quarterback. They play good defense. They play good offense. Fun team to watch, setting up for a massive match versus BYU. And how about this game? Very close game. Number 18, the Oklahoma Sooners beating number 14, Tennessee Volunteers 33-27. Tennessee now probably going to be your highest ranked 3-loss team, but they lost their shot at making the playoffs back-to-back seasons here. Josh Heupel, to me, one of the best offensive minds. Joey Aguilar, 393 yards, but Tennessee turnovers the last 2 weeks has kept them from being competitive. The Sooners, though, give them credit. They were the underdogs in this game. They played a great game. John Mateer, the rushing game got going. Robinson ran for 115 yards. John Mateer had the game going on the ground with him running the ball. The defense, Oklahoma's defense hasn't looked the best the last 2 weeks, but good enough to get the win here on the road. Tough atmosphere. Knoxville, Tennessee, Oklahoma, they keep their playoff hopes alive, but they have the second most difficult schedule in the country next to the Florida Gators. Then after that, Virginia Cavaliers inching out a close one versus the Cal Golden Bears. They won this one 31-21. Give Moore some credit. Veteran quarterback. A lot of people had this on upset alert. I definitely did. The score looks a little better. They had a pick 6 to end the game, or it would have only been a 3-point victory. Nonetheless, they're 8-1. It could be Virginia, Georgia Tech for the ACC championship. No one had that coming up preseason. Give the Cavaliers so props, though. A lot of very close games. I keep saying it. At some point, it's going to catch up with them. But hey, you are 8-1 with a shot to make the playoffs. Crazy stuff. And then number 16, the Louisville Cardinals. They beat Virginia Tech 28-16. Jeff Brom, one of the most consistent offensive play callers for college football. He completely adapts his play calling to whatever the skill set is on this team. They're playing well. They're coached well. The defense playing well. They have a healthy team. They're running the ball. Isaac Brown now 3 straight games over 100 yards, including one 210-yard rushing performance. Bell looks like a first-round wide receiver. Miller Moss, veteran quarterback. They have the quarterback. They have the star running back. They have the star wide receiver. And their defense is playing good. Keep your eye on this Cardinals team. And moving on to the Big 12, you had the Utah Utes at home. College Game Day was there. They were number 24. They beat number 17 Cincinnati 45-14. 2 talented teams, 2 line of scrimmage football teams. Kyle Whittingham, second longest tenured coach in the nation. How about Devin Dampier? Another good performance. Throwing for 215. He ran for like 78 yards. They could throw it. They could run it. Line of scrimmage team, one of the best offensive lines in the country. 7-2. It would be another great matchup, them versus Texas Tech, if we were to get a rematch in the Big 12 championship. Then you had number 21, Michigan Wolverines, winning a close one versus the Purdue Boilermakers. The game was very close. Bryce Underwood, freshman quarterback, not his best game, but hey, Michigan runs the ball. Schroen more. They dictate the pace of the game. Their star running back didn't play. Marshall, 185 yards on the ground. They always force whoever their opponent is to play a low-scoring Michigan line of scrimmage football game. It worked wonders for them. They're 7-2. They still have a playoff opportunity. Their final game at the Buckeyes could be a play-in for them for the playoffs. They would love to upset the Buckeye season. That's a tall task here, but the Michigan Wolverines, tough line of scrimmage football team, rushing attack. They don't have a great offense. They need some help with the playmakers, but they continue to win tough games. Then after that, West Virginia pulling off the upset versus freshly ranked top 25, the Houston Cougars. They won this one 45-35, dropped Houston to 7-2, and out of the top 25. Rich Rodriguez loving this. Houston, everything was going for really for its team. The rushing attack, the quarterback, Connor Wegman, veteran, the wide receivers, the defense, but the Mountaineers pulled off the upset on the road. They still have a chance to get to 500, but they got to win out from this point forward. In a very, very close game to end it. This was a late one. Number 23, USC taking down Nebraska. The Trojans 6-2, Nebraska 6-3. They won this one 21-17. This was a close game. Don't forget Nebraska, the star quarterback Dylan Raiola. He got knocked out this game. That's a massive loss for Nebraska. The offense never recovered. Johnson, though, like almost 900 yards rushing on the season. They had to keep on the ground. Ground and pound versus USC, but USC got back to the way they were playing when they beat Michigan. They became a line of scrimmage, low-scoring football team. Mayava was efficient, 9-23, not the best passing game for him. They have so many weapons, Richardson, Lane, Lemon, but it was the USC defense, their defensive front seven, stepping up, getting them the win here. And this team, as the Trojans continue to play better, they only have 2 losses here. They still have to play the Ducks, but they help Notre Dame. They're their only current top 25 win. The better the Trojans do, that does help the Irish. Guys, just as a quick breakdown and reaction to all of our top 25 matchups, hit that like button, subscribe, drop your comments below on what you thought of the outcomes this weekend. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out the pinned comment below. Thanks for watching.